Located on the fourth block of Girard Avenue, The Fire is one of Philadelphia's most vibrant live music venues. Music venues such as The Fire remain popular through the hard work of the staff that help book and promote the shows.
I got into promoting concerts in high school. I originally started doing it in like the community center and the high school auditorium as a means for my high school bands to play for my friends. And I, as Tony has, have gotten a job at a venue where my job is booking shows.
I originally never had any intentions of making any sort of career out of this. Me and some of my friends used to run this like 200 capacity DIY space in South Philly. We inevitably got shut down by the police. Once that ended, Nick asked me to come work here at The Fire, and it wasn't until I became pretty integrated in the general goings-on of this place that I realized that it could be a potential career. So, and now, I mean, you know, my official title here is pretty indicative of a career. So
I got in the same way just from doing extensive touring and meeting people, and you kind of see how other people do things differently than you in other towns, and you always bring a lot back.
As a musician, it opens up opportunities. You meet other musicians who might be like-minded and trying to do something you want to do together. I feel like the bands that I've been in the past 4 years are all a result of me meeting the people in them through booking shows or booking their old bands or whatever it is.
When you are like an independent promoter, you're booking shows for a lot of people that you know who are your friends, or you know they're in other communities across the U.S. that you can work together and help out other bands on tour, or if you choose to go on tour yourself.
that's kind of how we all get into this sort of thing, is that it's like, you know, I personally just toured a lot with my brother's band and was able to meet a lot of people, and then when they would come to town, I would help them out. So, you know,
I started here, and that's when I really picked up steam promoting. I had a space that I could utilize for whatever I wanted. I could book whatever bands I wanted, and since then it's kind of like the only thing that I know how to do.
I book mainly hardcore and some indie shows because I don't know. It's like to do things on both ends of the spectrum.
I personally primarily do pop punk with a little bit of ska.
I book all kinds of music through my work because I do all the bands that play here. The process of booking a show beginning to end typically begins with a touring band or a local band that has a reason to put a show together. It's a record release or a tour kickoff, or we haven't played for 3 months kind of thing. So you get the dates that they're interested in, you work it into the calendar to make sure that it works, or like there's a date that works, and then from there you have to figure out all the details like the age restrictions, the price, how they're going to get paid, how much hospitality they're going to get. You have to figure out all the local bands that are going to support it, and from there, maybe a few days before, a week before, hopefully, at least, you'll figure out all the set times and the gear and how everyone's going to load in and change over and where everything's going to be kept, and then it's just promoting it till the end and seeing it through. I'd say the most difficult part of it is putting together a compelling package lineup kind of thing that people will want to pay for or will be excited about and go out to see.
You know, certain bands can just play in a basement with a broomstick in a parking cone with a microphone taped to it, but some bands deserve to be on a good stage with a good sound system. So it's a sensitive issue, and you take it for what it is, and you do the best that way. I mean, the community is the most important part of it to me, you know, and even a national community.
It's mostly you just get enough fulfillment out of helping out your friends and making sure that their tours are easy and that maybe they can make a living off what they're doing, because for us, we just get to sleep in our beds every night, you know. I always like to make sure a band is well taken care of when they come to Philadelphia.
And, you know, if the venue's taken care of and the bands are taken care of, and then you go out and you have enough money to buy that band like a bunch of pretzels from the pretzel factory and get wasted with them, then it's probably a pretty awesome time. And I think that's one of the most important parts for me, is just showing the bands a good time and enjoying myself and their company, because, you know, you don't get to see them that often when they're on tour, they're coming through, stuff like that.
Whether it be a larger venue such as The Fire or an independent DIY space such as a basement, care should always be given to booking and promoting a live music show. From its capacity to its available equipment, every space is different, and every space deserves attention to detail in order to produce the most successful show possible.